All right, so it's your first time riding a dirt bike and you want to know all the little ins and outs. So first you got to turn on the gas. That's off, that's on, that's reserve if you have a trail bike. And then you got to turn on the choke, either on the carb here or maybe on the handlebars. So if the engine's cold, you got to turn the choke on. And then you got to kickstart it, or if you have the electric start, just press the button, then let it warm up for a minute or two at least before you start going. So then you got the clutch and the front brake. I don't worry about the rear brake when I'm teaching new riders. So 1 or 2 fingers, don't use 4 because then you don't have enough control on the handlebars. So if you can't do 1, use 2. And then for shifting, obviously this has a clutch and gears. So first is down, and then neutral is a half click up, and then it goes second, third, fourth, fifth up. So I'll shift down into first. Okay, it's in first. Now I'll do a half click up. No, that's probably second gear. Yep. And it's in gear because I'll try and move it and the rear wheel locks up. So I'll do the half click down in between first and second gear. Hear that half click, and then I roll it. And if it can roll more than a few inches, then you know you're in neutral. So you go and start it up, you pull the clutch in, and then you shift it down into first gear, and then you gotta put the kickstand up. So it's in gear. Move your butt towards the front of the seat so you don't whiskey throttle it and fly off. So you got the engine started, pulling the clutch, shift it down into first, and then watch. Well, eventually you won't need to watch because you'll feel it, but you got to get used to the friction zone of the clutch. So slowly letting out the clutch until the bike starts moving, and then once it moves, you pull the clutch back in. So then you just do that a few times until you get the feel for where the bike starts moving, where the friction zone is, where the clutch starts to engage. Without touching the throttle, you can give it a few blips just to know what it feels like. And then once you're ready to go, you got 1 foot on the peg, 1 foot down, and then just slowly let out the clutch. And then don't let it out yet. You can give it a little bit of gas if the engine starts to die, and then just keep slowly letting it out. Don't let it out all the way until you're going fast enough where you can put both feet on the pegs. So start the engine, pull on the clutch, shift it down into first, slowly let out the clutch. Bike starts to move, pull it back in, let it out again, bike starts moving, pull it back in. All right, now we're ready to go. Slowly let it out. Engine's starting to die. Give it a little bit of gas. Slowly let out the clutch, and oh, it died. Shoot. Most people do that, it's okay. Safest to put it back into neutral, so that half click up. Roll the bike, make sure it rolls. Yep, it does, it's in neutral. Start the engine back up, pull the clutch in, shift it down into first. Slowly let out the clutch, give it a little bit of gas, and let out the clutch slower, slower, slower. We're going. Now I can put both feet on the pegs and let the clutch all the way out. And then once you get going, you get a feel for the throttle. And then once you're going fast enough, let off the throttle, shift up, get back on the throttle, and now you're in second gear. And you can just keep doing that. And then if you're ready to slow down, you gotta shift the gears back down to first gear. Otherwise it's gonna be in too high of a gear when you come to a stop. So we're slowing down, shift it back down into first gear, and then pull the clutch in, and then stop. Because if you don't pull the clutch in, the engine's gonna die. So when you come to a stop, always pull the clutch in. Now it's in first gear. You can either shut the engine off or try and find neutral. Oh, I went too far. It's in second. Go half click back down. It's in neutral. To confirm it, I slowly let out the clutch. Bike doesn't move, and we're in neutral. If you like this video and are serious about taking your dirt bike skills to the next level, or I guess to the first level if you're new to riding, I want to teach you how to ride safely with control and confidence by using proper technique. Head to motocrosshideout.com or use the link in the description below. I want to help you become a better, safer rider, because if you're getting hurt right away, you're not going to like it, you're going to quit. And I want this dirt biking community to grow, but to be smart, learning to ride safely. This is Kelly. Learn more, ride more.